Thank you, Yoel, for your warm words. I'm Atar Razy-Oren, the Executive Director of Biahad Foundation. 2 years ago, when Yoel and the family set out the foundation to promote practical technology, or practic tech, as we call them in Beyachad, this topic was far away from my own experience. Before Beyachad, I was directing social organization and family philanthropy, mostly in the areas of leadership, pluralism, and democracy. I only saw technology education as a minor aspect in the world of social change. Today, I see practic tech as a wonderful opportunity to make a social change. They can provide young adults with social mobility and strengthen the Israeli economy. Zionism at its best. It drives social change, which brings me back to where I started. At Beyachad, we see the great opportunity in practical tech, and I would like to share with you part of it. We already jumped 2 years, so now, please be with me, and jump 47 years back to the evening of April 14, 1970, 9:07 p.m. The place? Somewhere out there near the moon. The oxygen tank has just exploded on Apollo 13. Captain James A. Lowell makes his famous report to the Houston Control Center. Engineers and technicians of NASA's ground crew raced to figure out how to fix the problem and get the crew back to Earth in one piece. This was a huge practic tech challenge. You needed both technological knowledge and practical skills, a good head on your shoulders, and capable hands. Now, let's return to the present day for a similar story. The Israeli high-tech is famous for its groundbreaking technology. It's at the heart of the Israeli economy. Its contribution cannot be undervalued by any measure, and yet it makes up only 10% of the GDP. The high-tech sector cannot stand on its own. It needs the support of strong local manufacturing, commercial, and service industries. That includes technicians in fields like automotive, machinery, plastic, construction, and so much more. If this support system doesn't exist, the high-tech sector cannot progress either. And that's where we come in. Practical tech professions require technological and engineering knowledge, combined with applied critical thinking and problem-solving skills, the ability to make it by yourself, fluency in Hebrew and in English, and on. As our world relies more and more on technology, we'll need more and more practical tech professionals and makers. When looking for a way to implement practical tech, on an emotional way, I find myself thinking about my 8-year-old daughter perspective. Kids playing pretend immediately understand what it means to be a mechanic or a builder or a maker. For kids, the ability to understand technology and put good ideas into practice come naturally. They understand practical tech. But it's not children we need to convince. Adults view these professions as outdated and sometimes don't even know they exist. It's like asking an 8-year-old to figure out how to use an old tape recorder. Making practical tech profession seem relevant is a national challenge. We need to look for answers on the national level, so I've been asking a few questions. One, why is Israel moving away from the technological profession with no national policy supporting technology education professional training? Did you know that Israel leads the world in academic degrees, which don't actually guarantee employment? 60% of each age group get academic degrees in Israel, when some could instead, enter practical professions that bring a good income. Question number 3. Why does the educational system still view technology education as the very last resort for weak students, and why is it so outdated? Question number 4. How can a professional trainee progress to be a technician, a practical engineer, a meister, and an engineer while getting proper accreditation and not having to start from the bottom every time? There need to be continuity in technological education. Question number 5. Why are some employers undermining their own industries, often unintentionally, by being out of touch with the educational institutions in their field? Some exceptional employers are with us here, but some of the rest are leaving no fertile ground for the next professional generation to flourish. Question number 6, and one of the crucial questions: why do practical tech profession have such a negative image? For years, there has been a deep stigma in Israel's society, caused by directing mostly students from underprivileged communities through technological professions. Many of the parents now deliberately steer their children away. The absurdity is that practical tech profession actually give people the chance to earn higher than average wage with opportunities to advance. Working in practical tech today also means diverse, challenging work with the latest technology. The reality has changed in many aspects, but the negative image remains. Practical tech professions are still seen as unattractive to both students and workers. The Israeli workforce is already suffering from a shortage of skilled labor. Today's workforce is not prepared for the computerized and technological work environment. So now, let's look ahead. In 10 years, new technology will have made 50% of today's professionals disappear, replacing them with new ones. If the entire system doesn't prepare itself now, the situation will only get worse. Israeli industry is already moving overseas. Poverty and inequality will grow rapidly. Israel's productivity rates are already the lowest among OECD. Knowing all this, we have to ask, what can be done? It's time to take action by building on our national assets. The mission is clear: making practical tech professional a viable, appealing choice for young adults and prospective workers. The result will be a higher productivity and an Israeli workforce that is ready for the fourth industrial revolution. We believe that by working together, we can paint a new picture of reality, and the result will be seen within next 10 years. The government must establish a National Council for Technology and Education with the same authority and budget as the National Council for Higher Education. The public budget must be comparable for a student in academic versus a student in technology education and training. Right now, the budget ratio is about 1/3. Technology education institutions must be incentivized to improve their curriculums, teaching method, facilities, educational environments, and branding. Removing bureaucratic hurdles will clear the way for continuity of accreditation, thereby promoting the education and development of many young adults. Seeing Judith Rekanati beside me when I'm speaking about young adults. Program should be established to train teachers and lecturers with benefits for those who choose these fields. Employers should be encouraged to get involved in the system, employ apprentices and interns, create modern work environments, offer good working conditions, and provide opportunities for career growth. Innovative programs can be launched that promote the image of the practical tech profession as attractive, relevant, and appealing, based on cooperation between different sectors led by the public sector These programs would encourage workers' specialization and integration. Like other complex social issues, philanthropic foundations could become catalysts for the change. Against the background of vital needs, our accelerated activities, both individually and jointly, can come together to create a great opportunity. Now, we just would like to tell you a little about what we are doing in Beyachad. At the beginning of our activities, we set up the task force, a collaboration between 14 auto importers and the Beyachad Foundation, empowering tech education in the field. The task force is working to transform automotive professionals into a desirable field so young adults can achieve fulfillment and good quality professional careers with opportunities for advancement. Yoel Carasso is the chairman of the organization, and Anna Golan, who sits with us, is the CEO. The foundation provides grants for programs for young adults ages 80 to 40, such as practical engineering studies in youth villages, adult apprenticeship in the Galilee, an excellent program with the Technion, the Working Together initiative for young adults at risk in the South, and so on. Biachad also conducts research and launches new programs, like Social Bonds, which aims to reduce dropout rates among practical engineering students. I'm so glad to be here tonight, surrounded by so many people who are committed to the cause of science and technology studies. We look forward to work with you as we work to achieve this common goal for everyone here in Israel, present and future, together. Toda rabba.